Yes, hello members. As I promised, I wanted us to look at this primary living examination set by the Uganda National Examination Board, basically mathematics. So I want us to look at questions from question number 1 to the last question and see the possible answers to all the questions they asked. Now, this is the examination that in Uganda that children write when they are leaving the primary level and then they are continuing to the secondary level. So this is the examination they set for mathematics. So I want us to look at all the questions from question number 1 up to where we shall stop. So let's have a glimpse on what questions were set. So we shall go, that is question number 1. Now we proceed. That was question number 2 about the abacus. That is about sets, integers. So I'll go on explaining most of them, since this is an examination that tells or that gives learners that opportunity to finish the primary level and continue to another level. Most of the questions that are set come along from different classes. So they just compile from different classes, they put in, they also add those that are in that primary 7 class. So there are some questions you may look at and say this is simple, but since it is a transition paper, it has to contain all. So that was a number 10. It's about frequency. So it was kinda brain challenging, but still, if a learner is well set for an exam, it was so simple. That was number 12. It's about a graph. We proceed to the divisibility test of 9. We proceed. Construction of an angle. We proceed. We go on. Angle sum of a triangle. We proceed to the circumference. Yeah, for this one is still also brain challenging, but still, if a learner is well set, as we shall look at it, you will find out that it was so simple, but it's still challenging to some of the learners that were not properly set to sit this exam. We proceed. That was number 20. So an examination paper of mathematics has section A and section B. Now in primary level, there are 20 questions in section A, and then there are 12 questions in section B. Now in section A, each question carries 2 marks. So if there are 20 questions, so section A is about 40 marks. And then section B will start from question 21 up to question 32. So you'll find out that a certain number takes like 4 marks or 5 marks, or sometimes 6 marks. But these 12 questions will equal to 60 marks. So giving us a sum of 100 marks. So this is how the section B looked like for the exam that these learners did. That is going to promote them from primary 7 to secondary. Yes. So it is hard to miss a set question, a question about sets in such exams. It's a very common one, but still we shall look at such. Then we have this one. Was also somehow challenging still, but we shall look at it. It was just about finding the the highest common factor. Yeah. Okay, we proceed. Question 25. It is still about angles. So everything we are just looking at it, but I will explain in details each and everything. Then was here we had question number 27 was construction of a kite. So this is how we managed to draw ours. Okay, we proceed. This was just about years. That a man is 4 times as old as his daughter. 6 years ago, the sum of their age was 48. Find the age of the daughter now. That is also some question that challenges if you don't understand it so well. And by the way, mathematics is all about interpretation of questions, analyzing them, and then what you have understood from that question is what will help you answer such questions. Mainly these questions we call the application and comprehension questions. For them in mathematics, they require you to analyze a question. For them, they're different from the knowledge questions because the knowledge ones, they will simply require you to just understand what the question wants. For example, the question may say add, and by that they may bring 64 plus 32. For them, they are very simple, and those are the ones we call the knowledge questions. Then the comprehension ones, for them, they require in some analyzing of the question, but still there is an idea of the knowledge question. Are we together? Then we have these applications. So the applications, for them, they require you to analyze a question, understand it so well, analyze it, then what you have understood from that question is what you present on a paper. And sometimes for those questions, they're just in form of the life, the daily life we live in. So that is the knowledge we use. For example, we have this application question. It says, a farmer employed 2 workers on a piece of land to dig a piece of land. The first worker could dig the land alone in 6 days. Then the second worker could dig the same piece of land in 3 days. The 2 workers dug the land together. Now find the number of days they took to dig the same piece of land. So these are some of the application questions I'm talking of, that they require you to understand the question very well. After understanding it so well, that's when you will drive each and everything you have understood to paper or to written form. So we shall look at that one still. Then this is question 30 to 31. So we are left with only one question. And the last question was about something like a pie chart. Okay. So this was it. And most of the learners that read that answered such a question, they were like, the exam was not that simple, but still we passed. That's what they were saying. So we shall look at some of the questions and see. Yes, so we shall start from question number 1 and we proceed up to question number 32. So if you feel like this content is really going to be helpful, kinda like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell to keep you updated on the latest content I'm dropping. Thank you guys. Wish you well.